Sir Arthur Conan Doyle lived in Portsmouth and is well known for writing the Sherlock Holmes sleuth mysteries. An evening celebrating him is coming up in June. And joining us now in the studio is Matt Wingett to tell us more. So, welcome, Matt.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So, it's called Holmes Fest, but what is it?
Holmes Fest. Well, you can see I've made the effort of dressing up today to celebrate Sherlock Holmes. But it's actually, although it's called Holmes Fest, it's more than just about Sherlock Holmes. It's also about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and his connection with the city. So, yeah. That's what's going on.
So first of all, tell me then, where is it, when is it, and what about the tickets?
Okay, so it's the first night, it's the first time that it's going to be happening, and it will be at the Square Tower on Wednesday the 28th of June. Doors open 6:30, performances start at 7. Was there anything else?
Yes, well, we'll go to that, more about that in a moment.
Right.
But you said it's kind of celebrating his life, what it's all about. What is happening to celebrate his life? Right,
yes, okay, so it's an evening of storytelling from local authors. There will be live music, music hall songs, there'll be a projection of Victorian film, and there will also even be the Gosport Steampunk Society coming along to teach everyone how to duel. And
is that a tea duel?
No, it's not the tea duel.
Oh.
This is the Nerf gun duel. So there will be guns, but they are toy guns, firing little bits of polystyrene.
And they have to teach people. So there's a special method to it, which we won't know unless you go.
Well, you'll have to see on the night. That's what I think.
Yes. So but why did you dream this up?
Well, for some time I've been really aware of Arthur Conan Doyle's connection with Portsmouth, and I've just been thinking, you know what, we should really celebrate it. For last year, I was toying with the idea of doing it, and this year I thought, well, I'll just do an evening, just one night of Conan Doyle related event, and see how it goes. See if we can get people, see how many people we get in, and just have some fun with it. And so that's what I've done. I just thought, right, bite the bullet, hire out the Square Tower, go for it. So we are.
See, but it's so interesting that people. Do you think in today's society people are still interested in his character, in his main character, whose name I cannot remember?
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Wow.
Holmes Fest. Yeah. So, but do you think that it is still? People are still curious about him? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, the Benedict Cumberbatch TV series has really, really helped to wake things up again. You know, you get the babes who are into Cumberbatch, who are, you know, really into him. But that's just a tiny part of it. If you do a search on Google for Sherlock Holmes, the amount of returns.
And other search engines are available?
Yes, indeed. Yes, other search. But yes, the amount of returns are just extraordinary. Yeah.
But so many people are fascinated. But for people that don't know about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's link to Portsmouth, I mean, what are the key, would you say is the key one?
Yeah, the key one is that in 1882 he arrived in Portsmouth, stepped off a steam packet on Clarence Pier, and it was the start of an extraordinarily productive time in his life. Whilst he was here, the main things that were to really dominate his life later were laid down. One of them was that he became a writer whilst he was here. He actually set up as a GP on Elm Grove in Southsea, but he also was writing in his spare time. So that was one thing which led to his creation in 1887 in Southsea of Sherlock Holmes, his great character. But he was also doing ghost stories, horror stories, all sorts of different things. The other thing that was really, really major in his life later was his spiritualism, which was something that became a major factor in his life later on, and went alongside his writing.
It's interesting as well that his writings to do with Sherlock Holmes are purely logical based, whereas he had a deep spiritual faith too at a later date. How do you see that merging?
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, I wrote a book about that, Conan Doyle and the Mysterious World of Light, which actually covers and asks that question, how did he get into the two things? And basically, my view is that when he came out of university, he was a materialist, and that way of thinking really was the flourishing. It really came to fruition with Sherlock Holmes. But at the same time, whilst he was staying in Southsea, a new seed was planted, which also then came to fruition very much later. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, going back to Holmes Fest and celebrating all things Sherlock Holmes, remind us then, where and is it on, and where is it?
Okay, so it's on Wednesday the 28th of June. And it will be starting at 6:30 at the Square Tower in Old Portsmouth.
And how can people get tickets and how much they cost if they want to go?
Okay, so the tickets are available online from wegottickets.com. You can also find a link to that from the Facebook page Holmesfest 2017. And the cost is £7.50 for an evening of great fun. And there will be a prize, I should hasten to add, for the best dressed Victorian. So people are encouraged to come along and dress up if they want to.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank you.